Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I have to talk about the new movie, Challengers. If you end up enjoying this video, please consider liking and subscribing. That way Tom Holland never has to watch this movie. The synopsis is as follows. Tashi, a tennis player turned coach, has transformed her husband from a mediocre player into a world-famous Grand Slam champion. Tensions soon run high when he finds himself standing across the net from the once promising, now burnt-out Patrick, his former best friend and Tashi's former boyfriend. So without further ado, let's get into the 6 things that make a movie great. 1. The plot. Literally, the plot of this movie is just a tennis and sexual relationship-driven drama that bounces around its timeline like a beach ball at a Nickelback concert. The two players are Art and Patrick, who both grew up together playing tennis, and now both fall in lust with the promising tennis player named Tashi. 13 years pass, and now Tashi is married to Art, but the movie fills in the gap of what happened during those 13 years by doing an insane amount of flashbacks, and the drama ensues. Honestly, this movie was one step away from being a parody movie easily. And the whole plot is just this sexual relationship triangle going on between Art, Patrick, and Tashi. If you try to remove all the sexual content out of the movie, there's barely a plot there. One of the only things I liked about this plot is that there is an absolutely wild callback at the end of the movie. That was actually pretty good. Other than that, the plot of this movie is absolutely terrible. So for me, plot gets a thumbs down. 2 is family friendliness. Challengers is rated R. It has a moderate bit of profanity, multiple scenes of full frontal and rear male nudity, partial female nudity, and it is filled to the brim with sexual dialogue, sexual situations, and hypersexualized relationships. Art and Patrick have a sexual relationship with one another, and that's an ongoing theme in the entire movie, and a sexual relationship with Tashi as well. That is the underlying theme of this entire movie, so definitely not family friendly. Family friendly gets thumbs down. 3 is acting and script. The acting in this movie is okay. Obviously, the parts that I enjoyed most about this film are when they're playing tennis, which doesn't happen that often. I do think that Zendaya's performance was the weakest, but I just didn't feel like there was anything to write home about here. There were a couple funny moments in the script though, but again, it's kind of hard to look past the hypersexualization of everything to find out what's actually good in the movie, because there wasn't much else besides that in it. So for me, acting and script get a 50-50. 4 is character development. I think the most character development you get is with Art, and that just happens near the end of the film. You do get some with Tashi as well as you understand her character more. But again, because of the hypersexualization of everything, it just kind of prevents there from being depth to any of these characters. So for me, character development gets a thumbs down. 5 is visuals and CGI. There's a couple moments of CGI in this movie, and they are what they are. I will say though that the camera angles and the different uses of different lenses or cameras themselves was actually pretty interesting. It was also really original and creative, which I appreciated as much as I could appreciate it in a movie like this. On the other hand, however, there was enough slow-mo in this movie to rival Zack Snyder. There were also just some straight up goofy camera moments of panning and zooming in very slow that were very strange. And one of the parts that had my cousin and I laughing the entire movie is the score. There were these like 70s techno beats that would randomly come on in the middle of scenes where it did not feel like it made sense. And we were just sitting there laughing for a lot of the movie because of that. Did it increase the quality of this movie? I don't know. But did we have a good time watching it more because of it? Absolutely. So for me, visuals and CGI get a thumbs up. And 6 is rewatchability. Challengers is 2 hours and 11 minutes long, and it definitely felt very, very long because of all of the freaking slow-mo in this movie. Honestly, having to watch over 2 hours of the kind of content that this movie has to offer made me sick. Please, for the love of God, never make me watch this movie again. Rewatchability gets a thumbs down. With all these areas considered, I have to give Challengers a 1.5 out of 10. The 1.5 stars that I have to give this movie are because of the camera work, the entertainment of the score, and the callback at the end, and that is it. Other than that, this movie is just a gigantic mess of hypersexualized drama, and I would not recommend it for anyone, so I would avoid it at all costs. Thank you so much for watching. If you've seen Challengers, please let me know how it feels to burn your own eyes out, and let me know about it in the comments below. As always, I appreciate your love and support, and I'll catch you guys and gals in the next one.